Number 1. New Zealand. The place where you experience all 4 seasons in one day. New Zealand is an island nation located in the South Pacific Ocean with an area of over 268,000 square kilometers, ranking 76th in the world, but it is famous for its diverse climate and rapid changes throughout the day. This has led tourists to even joke, if there is a country where you need to carry a suitcase full of clothes for all 4 seasons in just one day, it's New Zealand. Interestingly, this is also considered the first country in the world to welcome the sunrise. Not Japan, as many people mistakenly believe. In terms of population, as of 2025, New Zealand has only about 5.3 million people, resulting in one of the lowest population densities on the planet, with just 20 people per square kilometer. In fact, in New Zealand, seeing a sheep is easier than spotting a human. Indeed, according to statistics from New Zealand's agricultural organization, the country currently has about 25 million sheep, meaning that on average, each person, even newborns, owns nearly 5 sheep. New Zealand is also the last country in the world to be settled by humans. Its first inhabitants, the Māori people, only discovered this land over 800 years ago, a relatively young milestone compared to human history. This country has 3 official languages, including English, used by 95% of the population, the indigenous Māori language, and notably, New Zealand Sign Language. It is the pioneering country in the world to recognize sign language as an official national language, reflecting a spirit of equality and respect for all citizens. Are you surprised by New Zealand's rapidly changing weather? Leave a comment with the number 1 if you want to experience all 4 seasons in a single day. Note 2. The Hobbit village is a real location. If you're a fan of The Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit, then the Hobbiton village in Matamata is paradise. This village has up to 44 Hobbit holes, meticulously maintained down to each leaf. Interestingly, the vegetables grown here are completely real and are tended daily by 8 dedicated gardeners to preserve the look just like in the movies. Here, you can experience what it's like to be a true Hobbit, strolling among tiny houses, sipping a beer at the Green Dragon Inn, or checking in at the legendary Bag End and Party Tree. But don't forget, you can only enter the Hobbit world through guided tours, and tickets sell out constantly. So don't let your journey to Middle-earth be delayed because you forgot to book early. If you want to leave the fairyland behind and seek majestic beauty, head to Milford Sound, known as the 8th wonder of the world. Here you can board a cruise weaving through cliffs towering over 1,200 meters high, admire waterfalls cascading from the sky, and greet dolphins, seals, or even fjordland penguins. For those craving more adventure, try sightseeing via helicopter tours. Some even offer a unique experience by allowing landings on glaciers. And for trekking enthusiasts, the Milford Track, a 53.5-kilometer hike over 4 days, will be a worthy challenge. A small note, there is a daily visitor limit, so don't forget to book in advance or you might miss the chance to conquer one of the most beautiful trails in the world. Finally, to cool down after your adventures, visit Blue Lake, recognized as the clearest lake on the planet. Located in Nelson Lakes National Park on New Zealand's South Island, the water here is so pure that you can see up to 80 meters deep. It's an ideal spot for kayaking, swimming, or simply sitting by the shore, breathing in the fresh air that even WHO has acknowledged. No. 3. New Zealand women and their preference for international marriage. New Zealand women are known for their natural beauty, not following elaborate makeup trends. They are famous for their literally natural look, radiant smooth skin, lightly wavy golden brown hair, sharp European facial features, and a well-proportioned figure thanks to an active lifestyle. Although not particularly enthusiastic about beauty pageants, New Zealand has still made its mark with 4 international crowns. An impressive number. However, what makes New Zealand women truly special is not just their appearance, but also their strong spirit and desire for freedom. They were the pioneers who made New Zealand the first country in the world to grant women the right to vote in 1893. This is also the homeland of Jacinda Ardern, the youngest female prime minister in the world at the time of taking office, admired globally for her decisive and humane leadership style. Furthermore, from 1999 to 2001, New Zealand set a record when the Prime Minister, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, and Speaker of Parliament were all women. A power trio unprecedented in human history. And if you're thinking about dating a Kiwi girl, be prepared to be won over before you even make a move. New Zealand women are extremely proactive in relationships. They have no hesitation in asking someone out, texting first, or even confessing their feelings directly. Especially in Māori culture, it's completely normal for women to propose to men, and gentlemen simply need to nod in agreement. They are also very friendly, open-minded, and not afraid of cross-border love with foreigners. According to data from Statistics New Zealand, about 1 in 5 marriages in New Zealand are between locals and foreigners, mainly citizens from the USA, UK, and Australia. Do you want to know how to impress New Zealand girls? Leave a comment with the number 3 and I'll reveal how to make her chase after you first. No 4. The unique cultural traits of Kiwis. If it's your first time in New Zealand and you see people casually walking barefoot into supermarkets, cafes, or even strolling down the street, don't be surprised. Kiwis have a unique habit of freeing their feet, especially in the summer. This culture is believed to be influenced by the Māori people, who believe that going barefoot helps them connect directly with Mother Nature. However, don't foolishly try walking barefoot into a fancy restaurant or an office, because in those places, wearing shoes is still considered basic etiquette. Interestingly, many stores in New Zealand even have to put up signs saying, "Please wear shoes," because too many people forget to wear them. In most other countries, after finishing your meal, you simply ask for the bill and leave the money on the table. In New Zealand, it's the opposite. You have to go up to the counter to pay. You might find yourself sitting and waiting for the bill to be brought to your table, only to realize it never comes if it's your first time here. Even when dining in a group, it's completely normal for everyone to get up and pay their own share. And if you're worried about tipping, congratulations. New Zealand is a paradise for those who forgot to bring a thick wallet. There's no tipping culture like in the US or Europe. If you leave extra change, chances are the staff will politely run after you just to return it, thinking you forgot it. Of course, if you want to leave a few dollars to thank them for good service, they will still happily accept it. No 5. New Zealand and its fascinating facts. Did you know that in New Zealand there's a hill where just reading its full name is enough to leave your throat dry? This is the hill with the longest name in the world, so long that locals have to ask permission to shorten it to Taumata to save their breath. The name originates from the story of the explorer Tamatea, who set foot here centuries ago and left behind a name as lengthy as a poem. This 305-meter-high hill has now become a famous check-in spot for international tourists. Baldwin Street is recognized by the Guinness World Records as the steepest street on the planet, with a maximum gradient of nearly 35%. This means that for every 2.86 meters you walk, the elevation increases by 1 meter. Residents here have to park their cars sideways, and houses must be designed to prevent slipping. Especially during festivals, the whole neighborhood hosts a Jaffa candy roll, chocolate candies shaped like balls, weighing about 2.8 grams down Baldwin Street, where they can roll downhill at speeds of up to 100 kilometers per hour. And that's not all. New Zealand is one of the few countries in the world to have 2 official national anthems. So if you ask a Kiwi to sing their anthem, don't be shocked when they sing 2 different versions. Speaking of national pride, we can't forget Sir Edmund Hillary, the first man in the world to conquer the legendary Mount Everest. If you're amazed by the super speed candies or the tongue-twisting hill, leave a comment with the number 5. Number 6. One of the most livable places on the planet. According to the 2024 Global Peace Index, New Zealand ranks among the top 4 most peaceful countries in the world, with a stable socio-political environment and numerous welfare policies from the government. Data from Infometrics in 2024 also shows that the crime rate in New Zealand is only 223 cases per 10,000 people, and serious crimes causing harm to individuals are extremely rare. As a result, locals sometimes even leave their houses unlocked. Not only is it safe, but New Zealand also earns global admiration for its top-tier education system. The country is renowned for its teaching methods that focus on creative thinking and practical application, rather than stressful, rote learning. New Zealand's universities consistently appear on prestigious rankings, with the University of Auckland currently ranked 68th in the world. Degrees from here are globally recognized, allowing international students to confidently showcase their talents across the globe after graduation. No 7. A country with a population of 150 people in New Zealand. Can you believe that right in the heart of New Zealand exists an independent nation with a population of just 150 people, and its first president was a goat? This is the true story of Wangamamona, a small town that declared itself the Republic of Wangamamona in 1989 as a cheerful protest against the government's administrative boundary changes. Since then, it has become one of New Zealand's most unusual and fascinating tourist destinations. What makes visitors laugh is the way they elect their president. From Billy Gumboot, the goat, to a dog who once held the highest office of this nation. Each election, the people of Wangamamona present four-legged candidates that leave the world tipping its hat in amusement. If you want to explore this tiny nation, you'll need to get a passport at the Wangamamona Hotel, the only pub that also serves as the consulate. Especially if you visit during their National Day, you'll get to immerse yourself in a one-of-a-kind festival atmosphere with activities like sheep racing, pig riding, pie throwing, and costume contests. No 8, where people are passionate about extreme sports. If there's a country where sports are ingrained in every heartbeat of its people, it's New Zealand. Mentioning the Kiwi land is to mention the pride called the All Blacks, the national rugby team famous worldwide not only for their powerful gameplay, but also for the fierce Haka dance performed before every match. Since winning the first ever Rugby World Cup in 1987, the All Blacks have continued to dominate with consecutive championships in 2011 and 2015, making New Zealand the most successful country in rugby history. But New Zealand doesn't stop at the rugby field. With its majestic mountains, stunning bays, and deep valleys, this place is also known as the paradise for thrill seekers. New Zealand is the birthplace of the legendary bungee jump, where all you need is a rope and a bit of courage to fly through the air. Queenstown is dubbed the adventure capital of the world, offering nerve-wracking activities like skydiving, the Nevis swing, mountain climbing, and zip-lining. If you're not a fan of free-falling thrills, don't worry. New Zealand still offers countless exciting outdoor activities like surfing in Raglan, kayaking through bays, or cycling through forests. Whether you're looking to relax or seek adventure, the Kiwi land always knows how to make your heart skip a beat. Do you dare to challenge yourself with extreme sports in New Zealand? Leave a comment with the number 8 if you think you're brave enough. No 9, the homeland of adorable animals. First, we have to mention the Kiwi bird, the national symbol, and a source of pride for the people here. This small, flightless bird is nocturnal and extremely shy, to the point where you have to be very lucky to spot one in the wild. New Zealanders love kiwis so much that they even put up kiwi crossing signs, just like how we warn about traffic. That's also why New Zealanders are affectionately called Kiwis. But that's not all. If you see a key parrot, one of the smartest parrots in the world, keep an eye on your car. These playful parrots are famous for their mischief, often removing windshield wipers or pecking at rubber seals around car doors simply out of curiosity and for fun. You could say keys are the adorable thieves of the South Island Mountains. What makes New Zealand's wildlife even more special is that there are no native land predators. As a result, animals here live a uniquely carefree life without worrying about what to eat in the morning or who might eat them at night. Along the coastline, you can easily spot dolphins frolicking in the waves, giant whales surfacing in the ocean, or penguins strolling near residential areas. Note 10. The birthplace of flat white coffee. If you've ever sipped a flat white somewhere in the world, chances are you're enjoying a spiritual specialty from New Zealand. Known as one of the 2 countries that gave birth to this famous coffee, competing with Australia, New Zealand has taken the flat white across the globe. With 1 or 2 rich shots of espresso perfectly blended with smooth milk and minimal foam, the flat white has become a symbol of balance between coffee and milk. Its appeal is so strong that even giants like Starbucks quickly added it to their menu to satisfy coffee lovers worldwide. But when it comes to Kiwi coffee culture, don't expect to see people rushing to grab coffee to go like in New York or Tokyo. New Zealanders view coffee as a moment to relax, not just a stay-awake remedy. They prefer to sit in cozy, charming cafes, slowly savoring each sip, chatting with friends, or leisurely reading a book. And don't be surprised if you see cafes busiest in the late morning, as the culture of a late breakfast paired with coffee has become a Kiwi lifestyle. No 11. The nose-touching greeting ritual. When you set foot in New Zealand, don't be surprised if you're welcomed not with a typical handshake, but by touching noses. This is Hongi, The traditional greeting of the Maori people. Instead of exchanging words, the Maori gently press their foreheads and noses together for a few seconds, sometimes combined with a handshake called hariru. What seems like a simple gesture carries a profound meaning. It is the sharing of ha, the breath of life, symbolizing connection, respect, and a warm welcome as part of the family. So, if someone invites you to perform a hongi, don't feel awkward, because you're being embraced as a member of their community. The uniqueness of the Maori isn't just in their greetings. They also possess a centuries-old cooking secret called hangi. Forget gas stoves or modern ovens. The Maori use the earth itself to prepare their grand feasts. They heat large stones, place food like meat, fish, and vegetables on top, cover it with leaves, and bury everything in a pit. After several hours of natural roasting, you'll have a meal rich in traditional flavors, infused with the spirit of community bonding. Today, hangi is not only a cooking method, but also a special cultural experience for visitors to Maori villages. What do you think about these cultural traditions of New Zealand? Share your thoughts in the comments. No 12, life in the capital city, Wellington. Welcome to Wellington, not only the capital of New Zealand, but also known as the windiest city in the world. Locals affectionately call their home Windy Welly, and you'll quickly understand why when you find yourself holding onto your hat while strolling through the streets. But don't let the gusts fool you into thinking Wellington is harsh. Behind those winds lies an unexpectedly gentle and relaxed pace of life. In Wellington, you'll clearly feel a culture that is warm and simple. Taking off your shoes when entering a house is a familiar habit here, a small gesture that reflects respect and connection. As you wander around the city, you won't be overwhelmed by towering skyscrapers or blaring horns. Instead, Wellington preserves a rare tranquility for a capital city. No honking, no rush, just streets filled with colorful street art, where every mural tells a story. When night falls, Wellington transforms completely. Music flows from cozy bars, street corners come alive with melodies, and somewhere nearby, Maori folktales are retold through songs and dances. That's when you'll understand why this small capital leaves such a lasting impression on so many visitors. No 13, a country with unique cuisine. Starting with Paua, the emerald green abalone that leaves anyone seeing it for the first time in awe. Not only does it have a shimmering shell like an ocean treasure, but its sweet, chewy meat is also masterfully transformed by locals, from grilling, pan-searing to being used as a unique pie filling. Moreover, after cooking, the Paua shells are repurposed into jewelry or handicrafts, turning every meal into a true artistic experience. Next, if you come across a golden fritter filled with tiny translucent fish, that's whitebait fritters. These tiny whitebait fish are fried with eggs and seasoning, served with bread or a squeeze of fresh lemon, making it the quintessential national breakfast of New Zealand. If you're on the sweet tooth team, be careful with hokey pokey ice cream, vanilla ice cream mixed with crunchy honeycomb caramel pieces. Once you try it, it's hard to stop, as the light sweetness, creamy texture, and delightful crunch will have you addicted before you know it. And after you're full, don't forget to wrap up your culinary journey with a bottle of L&P, Lemon and Pyroa, a soft drink unique to New Zealand. With its gentle lemon flavor blended with natural minerals, L&P is not just a refreshing beverage, but also a cultural icon, present at every picnic and sunny summer day. Which dish impressed you the most? Leave a comment below. No 14. The exciting festivals of New Zealand. If you think New Zealand is all about majestic nature and adorable sheep, let these festivals change your perspective. First is Matariki, the special New Year celebration of the Maori people. Unlike the solar or lunar calendars we're familiar with, the Maori welcome the new year, when the Matariki star cluster, Pleiades, appears in the sky around late June to early July. This is not only a time for celebration, but also a moment to honor ancestors, gather with family, release lanterns, and take part in dazzling light festivals. If you visit New Zealand during this period, you'll find yourself immersed in a mystical cultural space where the starry sky becomes the perfect backdrop for unforgettable nights of festivity. Next, get ready to be amazed by the world of wearable art. Wow, a one-of-a-kind fashion festival in the capital, Wellington. This isn't where you'll find typical evening gowns, but a stage for outfits like no other. From surreal and bizarre to vibrant works of living art. Every year, designers from around the world flock here to turn imagination into reality, transforming people into moving masterpieces. If you love boundless creativity, WOW is definitely an unmissable event. And finally, don't miss the chance to gaze at the sky during Balloons Over Waikato, the largest hot air balloon festival in New Zealand, held every March in Hamilton. By day, the sky is painted with dozens of whimsical balloons in all shapes and sizes, but the true highlight is the night glow show, when the balloons light up in sync with music under the night sky, turning the entire space into a symphony of light and color that leaves everyone in awe. No 15. The cost of living in New Zealand. When you set foot in New Zealand, a land of picture-perfect landscapes, from majestic mountains to endless coastlines, you'll surely wonder, is living here as expensive as its natural beauty suggests? The answer is that New Zealand isn't as affordable as some other countries. But in return, you get to enjoy an exceptional quality of life amidst pristine nature and a civilized, safe society. In major cities like Auckland, Wellington, or Christchurch, renting a one-bedroom apartment in the city center typically ranges from $720 to $1,200 per month. If you're willing to live further from the center or in peaceful small towns like Dunedin or Napier, prices become more breathable, around $480 to $720 per month. New Zealand's cuisine is heavily influenced by Europe, but still carries its own unique charm, especially with fresh seafood dishes. If you enjoy cooking at home, you'll need to budget around $180 to $300 per month for groceries, especially if you shop at discount supermarkets. If dining out is more your style, a meal at a casual eatery will cost between $9 and $15, while a restaurant meal can easily exceed $24 per sitting. For transportation, public transit in New Zealand is mainly concentrated in larger cities. Buses and urban trains will set you back about $60 to $90 per month for basic commuting needs. Many locals and long-term visitors opt to buy a used car to conveniently explore the country's stunning roads. If you love staying active, a gym membership in New Zealand will cost around $24 to $48 per month. But even better, you can take advantage of countless free outdoor activities like hiking, cycling, or coastal walks, perfectly fitting the healthy, nature-connected lifestyle of the Kiwis. Overall, monthly living costs in New Zealand typically range from $1,200 to $2,100, depending on your lifestyle and choice of city. While living here isn't exactly cheap, you'll be immersed in one of the most livable countries in the world, where majestic nature, friendly people, and a peaceful, unhurried pace of life stretch out like the endless grassy fields. And those are 15 incredible facts about New Zealand. Which fact impressed you the most? Leave a comment below and share your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next adventures to other amazing places around the world. The information is for reference only, so please do your own research before making any decisions.